For those who doubt the Manor World Holding Trust, myself and the team, I've drew up a draft of what we've been involved in and done. I've no doubt I've missed many things off. The revamping of the Social Security Fund, the IRS income tax issue, which we are currently involved with, of changing it, not only eliminating income tax, but lowering the flat tax. Disaster fund delivery. American government funding, or this country would have collapsed years ago. We speak to presidents, prime ministers, heads of state of virtually every country on the planet, assisted in the ending of martial law and delivering the peace treaty, negotiating for the return of all US military hardware that was sold off in its entirety to a Chinese group, no, not the government, and is being loaned back for a fee currently, garnered real intelligence all over the world, which has A, highlighted issues, B, prevented wars, C, stopped false flags, and D, provided an enormous amount of knowledge to the relevant authorities. We have also sent out hundreds of thousands of real documents of crimes committed by thousands of people globally, fixed hundreds of backdoors in banks, central banks, the White House, the Treasury, the Department of Justice, all agencies in this country, and removed some security certificates of not only from the previous mentioned, but also off some people's phones. We've emptied bank clearance accounts and transferred the funds that were held there and sent them directly on to who they were belonged to, liaised with and set up various humanitarian projects globally to get them ready, liaised with various think tanks to set up other projects for humanity's benefit, scooped up all 6,500 trusts that were used by the cabal for various rogue means against us and amalgamated it into one trust that will be 50% for the countries and 50% for the people. This cut off their energy flow. We removed the top controllers, including the one known as Marduk, returned souls to their rightful owners. Oops. Liaised with the Galactic Council for a permanent seat for some humans to sit on that council for the first time in our history, so we the people can have our say. We are working with the 39 different other beings here to ensure total peace on this planet. We are working with some other beings to prevent major catastrophes. We are working with some other beings to ensure the peace treaty is enforced. We are planning with some other beings of how we can all work together in harmony and peace for the future, not just here, but the whole universe and the multiverse beyond that. We issued America its sovereignty for the first time in its history, spoken to various military top brass, the Pentagon, the agencies, the Rothschilds and many other clans to teach them how they have all been lied to. And what have we had in return for doing all that? We have been shot at several times, yes, with live guns. We've had abduction attempts several times. They have tried to kill us by interfering with our cars, had various djinn-style attacks, had fridges thrown off speeding trucks at us, had contract for hire issued against us on the dark web for our assassination, had our ability to earn money via jobs by stopping contracts, employment and our pay. We spend our lives confined to one small region for safety. We can't meet people due to fear of who that person may be. We've lost partners. We can't go out on personal trips. We can't have vacations as it's outside of the safety zone. We can't travel. In other words, we can't have a normal life. We work 15 to 18 hours per day, all for no pay. Both Kim and I rely on kind donations, and we are grateful for that. But those donations are only for us to exist, not to live a life. And we do it all for the benefit of you. We're not complaining about it, we just get on with it. To all the listeners of this show, I would like you to ponder on one question. Would you like to live our lives? Would you like to work 15 to 18 hours a day with no pay? For the majority of people which you've never even met. Would you sacrifice your life for the cause in the same manner? Or would you? I take great umbrage when internet warriors sit there and have the temerity to criticise what we have done, question our motives, accuse us of being frauds, demand why we haven't done this or we haven't done that. The question is this: is after all we have done for you at great sacrifice to ourselves, what have you done outside of complaining or criticising the very few people, and it is a very few people, who are actually trying their best to aid you all and drive you all into being a better version of themselves and subsequently a better species on this planet? Now, you can all react badly to this piece, or you can get off your backsides and bloody help us. Most of the THI members have done the latter, so this is not addressed to most of our group. But as for the rest of you, where are you? Are you cabal shills? Are you frightened you will have to be responsible for the first time in your life, and so perpetuate the same old system you all complain about, like Stockholm Syndrome? Or will you get off your sanctimonious attitude stream, get off your collective victimhood statuses, get off your narcissistic all about me, myself and I platforms, or get off I want to be important attitudes and actually do something important? Or get off your everyone is fooling me stance, as the only one who is fooling you really is yourself. Get off and get out of your slavery suit, or will you get up and fight for your fellow man, woman and children and be the change? Not ask for the change, be the fucking change for once. You will not get change unless you change yourself. Otherwise, you are addicted to a saviour program. It never worked 16,500 years ago and will not work now or in the future. I can tell you here and now, if the manner will to hold trust in the team fails, it will not be because of the cabal, it will be because of the people themselves and the lack of support behind it. And I'm not just talking about the alternative media either. This is our last solution to fix things for real. The last solution. We have the funds that can make the changes. In UK terms, it's called having clout. But if the people are just going to sit there asking questions to find faults and not provide solutions, then I'm sorry to say this planet will get its cabal world we have strived hard to prevent. That will mean an end to 90% of us. All the other resources will be stripped, and the planet that we call home will no longer exist, and we will be classed as a failed experiment. You have had many teachers here in the past. Some still call one of them Jesus. I know that entity as Radomir. The majority ignored him and the teachings whilst he was still alive. The majority of people ignored the Urs, the Rus, the Slavonic Aryans, Anna from the 1500s, Gandhi, Nikolai and Svetlana Levashov, and to a lesser degree JFK and John Lennon, until they were gone. We have new teachers here now dotted all over the planet to assist you all. Are you going to ignore them as well? It's your choice and your responsibility only. Do something, or just carry on complaining or criticising, ask or demand change, or be the change? What are the consequences of if you wish to carry on as we are now and stay divided? Idle mind, service to self, and continuing those traits. Because if you do, I will say adios, aloha, arrivederci, ciao, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, bon voyage, sayonara, and goodbye for humanity and goodbye to this planet we call home. That, my friends, is our reality. It's your choice how you wish to proceed, a case of live and thrive or die. It's that simple. This is the Truth, Honour and Integrity Show. My name's Thomas Williams. Bye for now.